Hi everyone, welcome to So Lovely with Grace. If you're new here, I'm Grace. If you're returning, welcome back. Yes, I got my sunflower mug out today since it's March and spring's around the corner. Ooh. Oh yeah, gotta have my coffee. And look at the little ladybug on the leaf. Isn't she cute? Yeah, that's probably the only bug I like next to bees. I don't know. But anyways, I just like this mug and I wanted to share it with you. So today we're going to kick off this video with the month of March being my theme of fearless sewing. Yes, fearless sewing. You'll be sewing things to me that are fearless. Fearless fabric, fearless trim, fearless style. Because I want us to be fearless. Fearless and bold. Cut into that fabric that you want, enjoy it. Because for me, sewing is not only practical at sometimes, I do like the basics, I'm wearing them too, but it's also artistic expression. I like to express myself like an artist, a painter that would make a painting, and I just like colors and styles, and I don't know. To me, it's just liberation and freedom. I just enjoy it. And I want you to be fearless and bold in 2026. Don't let fear stop you from anything. It's really all in your head because there's really nothing to fear. Just enjoy the process, make it, wear it, and be proud. And be unstoppable. That's what we're going to head for 2026. Be unstoppable. I don't know, I'm just so excited about March. I just feel March is going to be very exciting, and I got a lot of plans. And in this video, not only will I talk about this fearless fabric, I'm also going to talk about some Hotfix crystals that I put on a shirt, which might not be a big deal, but for me it is, because I've never really done that on sewn garments that I've made. This was on a garment that I purchased on Amazon. So I'll show you a little bit of what went into that. I did wear it on my live stream. It was a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to continue to do that with the Hotfix crystals. And also, I'm going to show you a technique that really doesn't have anything to do with fearless sewing, but couching on my embroidery machine. I had a lot of requests to show that, so I'm going to show you a little segment on couching. I'm also going to give you a So Lovely tip today, so I hope you stick around for that. We have a subscriber, Cindy Winkler, that sent in photos of her creations that she's done lately, and I love seeing those. Keep sending them in, everyone. I also got subscriber mail. So I have a lot in this video. Oh, and also, another question of the week for next week's pattern giveaway. And finally, I finished a Babylon leather bag finally over the weekend. So I hope you stick around for all that. I know that was a lot in one full load, but what I want to do is talk about this dress that I'm wearing, this fearless fabric that I got at Vogue Fabrics. We'll get into that. And if you guessed, it's MimiG Simplicity 9701. It's this dress here, the longer one, very dramatic with the long sleeves and the scoop neckline. I raised it up an inch, and I made this one in the past. I made it exactly like that. Of course, I raised the neckline up an inch. I also made this view as sleeveless. So this is my third time making this pattern. I literally cut this in one day and did other things, and then I sewed it the next day. It was done, except for the hem. I wanted to decide how long I wanted it. Well, I ended up making it the same length as MimiG has in the pattern. So what I'm going to do is model this dress for you, then we'll talk about it in detail. Yeah, that was pretty dramatic, isn't it? Yeah, what makes it dramatic, of course, is the fabric, this Fearless fabric that I got. But it's also practical. You could wear this dress as a wedding guest, on a cruise, travel to Europe and on vacation, or anywhere exciting. Go out to dinner and be special, feel special. That's what I like to do. So this MimiG dress, you could dress it up, dress it down. Like I said, I made this one. Let me show you the one I made. This was like 2 years ago. This was a snakeskin fabric I got at Joann's. And I wore this on my birthday. Isn't that pretty? So this is the 3/4 length sleeve, and Fanny's wearing it well. I also raised it up an inch here. And yeah, this is a knit. And I also made a sleeveless. I could show you the video on that. I'll include the links to both dresses below. But what I want to do now is go to the cutting table and show you how simple it is to make this dress. And I hope you try it yourself. I decided to make the long sleeved and the longer dress for this MimiG pattern, Simplicity 9701 View A. I think she looks glamorous with this fabric that I got from Vogue Fabrics, and I want to emphasize this border here on the right side of the dress. I'm trying to achieve this look the way she has it, the long sleeves with the border down the right side of the long dress. So I think this pattern is close enough, and I like the scoop neckline. I've made View B in the past, and it fits great. I did a size 14. I'm going to do that again now. I did have to take in the hips a little bit because they were a little, not as form-fitting as I wanted. So I might, I'm going to cut it as a 14 and then bring it in as I can. But I line this pattern piece number 1 so that the border is emphasized on the right side of the dress. And that's it. I'm not going to have a border anywhere else. And then I'm going to lay out all these pattern pieces that I already pressed. They're ready to go. So I'm really excited about this design. I have all the pieces cut. These are the 2 back facings. And they are the front facing. Then we have the main front piece, which I strategically cut to get this border on the right side going all the way down. It's going to look striking. These is the back, 2 back pieces I've pinned because I'm going to sew the center back seam here. And then I have the sleeves, the long sleeves, strategically cut to have the border at the wrists. So I'm really excited about this dress. The instructions for this dress are very straightforward. So for step 1, I'm going to do the center back seam. And for step 2, I'm going to do the back sections at the shoulder and side seams. And I have a note here to stitch from the bottom to the armholes on the sides. That's what I did last time, or actually last 2 times I made this. And then for step 3, I'm going to do the facings, the back facings and the front facing. And then I'm going to stitch them together at the shoulders. Next, I'm on step 5 where I'm going to put right sides together and raw edges even and pinning the facing to the dress along the neck edges, and then I'm going to stitch. So here's the dress and here's the facing. So I'm going to put these together, and then the next step after that would be to understitch along the neckline. Then I will what is this, 7, I'm going to baste the armhole edges together just to keep them together with the facing here, and then create the sleeves and stitch the sleeves in, hem it, and the last step would be hem the dress. So this is going to go pretty quick. I sewn in the facings, and now I basted the armholes, so I have the facing inside the armhole of the dress. This is prepared for the sleeves that I also have here. have the sleeves done, and now I'm just going to sew them in here, and then once I do that, I'm going to hem the dress and that'll be done. And I based it off of this design right here in this Vogue Swatch catalog. Again, this is a quick, easy make that MimiG put out, and I highly recommend you should try it. Here again is the pattern and the line drawings. She has the scoop neckline, both lengths, and the seam in the back, and there's facings inside. You could also bring the facings down all the way to the hem, or almost to the hem. If you have a sheer fabric, that works too. That's what I did with my sleeveless dress. I'll insert the video there. So guess what? After I made this dress, I fell in love with this fabric, of course, the minute I saw it, and guess what I did? I went back to Vogue Fabrics because in the description, they said they carried it in blue. Guess what I did? I bought it in blue. I have 3 yards here. Oh my gosh. Insane, right? Insane. It's stunning. I love it. Now, I don't have a plan for the blue. It's very summery, you know, very luxurious for the beach, maybe a caftan. I'm not sure. If you have any ideas, please put them in the comments. I'm so excited. Fearless Sewing continues. So now I wanted to talk about this top. I did not sew this top. I wore it on my live stream at the end of February, for the month of February, for the month of love, and I put this heart here with Hotfix crystals because I'm like a little kid with tools. You know, you get a new tool, you want to use it, and of course I got the pink Hotfix tool, this one here, and it has all the crystals in here. I got so many colors and sizes that I was excited about that. But I want to incorporate Hotfix crystals more. I think they're fun. So what I'm going to do is show you how I ended up with this design on my shirt. What I did was I drew this heart using this chalk here. And I'm going to put these Hotfix crystals in. There's 2 sizes. This side is the bigger Hotfix crystals, and these are a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to use this as a template. I copied the design from this embroidery design, this heart, and I'm rough drawing it here. I'm just laying out the Hotfix crystals, and once I design on the final, you know, how I want it laid out, then I will glue them on. But that's my plan. I laid out all the crystals. I have 3 sizes here. I have these really tiny ones at the tips. Then I have the medium ones and then the larger ones as you go around. And I followed this design, this embroidery design, as an idea. So I just drew it with chalk. And now I have this Hotfix tool. And I'm just going to press each one of these crystals down for 15 seconds each, all the way around. And that should do it. I got this embroidery design at embroiderydesigns.com. This heart with the roses, it's all one design. I added the G. I was just experimenting. I do that a lot with my embroidery machine with letters and images just to get some ideas. But I just wanted like this heart, and that heart was the inspiration for this shirt. I think it came out cute, and that's it. So now I'm going to talk about couching, my new love that I learned this year. And couching involves your embroidery machine, if you have the ability, with the couching foot, and yarn. So you're using embroidery thread and yarn to come up with these. Now I showed these on my live stream. This is the one in the class when I took it at the sewing studio in Lady Lake. I made this couching with those multiple designs, the birds, and I mirrored them, the floral center, and then those other points. And I use a cutaway stabilizer. That's what they recommend, and that's what I used. And I also made, let's see, I have another one here. I just played with this over the week, last week. before my live stream, and I added Hotfix crystals in there too, just to glam it up, have some fun, be creative. That's what it's all about. And then of course this one that I videotaped this one with my name and the roses and the leaves. And again, you know, every one of these is the cutaway stabilizer, very clean and finished. So what I'm going to do is show you how I made this. And these ones that I have here on the table, I'm going to bring to my quilt group meeting this week and show them couching and ask if they've heard of it. You know, I've never seen anybody do it. I mean, I've never seen anybody show it. I'm going to be putting them on bags. I'm envisioning denim jeans, denim jacket with Hotfix crystals, couching, pearls, trim, lace. Oh my gosh, the creativity is just coming out of me. That's what happens when I get excited about stuff. So let me show you the process I did for this particular couching image right here with my name. Okay. This is the couching design I chose. I put my name here with the couching letters and this rose pattern. And I'm going to be using these two yarns, this for the lettering and this for the rose. And right now it's stitching out the letter G. You know, I have it on a slow speed and it's looking good. So basically you thread, I have two thread spools. This is the thread because this stitches down the yarn, and then back here I have another spool with the yarn that goes all the way here into the couching threader here, right here, it loops down here, and then into the hole of the couching foot. And it leaves this thread tail that at the end I'm going to put some frayed check at the tip and then snip it after it dries. So it says here it's going to take 32 minutes total for the name and the rose to stitch out, and it's 11,000 stitches. So it's looking good. Here's the progress. So we're on the last letter, and then I will change the yarn, and then the rose will be next. The rose is looking good. Pretty cool. I like how the thread just stitches down that yarn. It's pretty wild. Alright, I'll show you when it's done. I came and saw that my name and the rose here was kind of plain, so I added these two designs, the green leaves here, and it just stitched out. So I wanted to fill up the hoop, and here it is. Now I just fray check and tie the end, well, I tie the loose ends and fray check it, let it dry, and then snip it. So if you have the couching foot for your embroidery machine, try it out. It's amazing. I took a photo of the couching foot because it's hard to see on my machine, but there's the needle for the embroidery thread, and then this couching foot has a hole here, and that's where you're going to feed the yarn through. It's really quite easy, and you want it to go on a slow speed when you're stitching it out. That is key. Since this MimiG dress was so quick and easy to make, I had time to work on a Babylon leather bag, and I finished it. This cute little pink crossbody bag. How gorgeous is that? It's so elegant with these gold feet and all the gold hardware. The gold hardware is just so sweet. I love it. It has this inside zip. You know, there's no pocket inside. It's really small. But you could put a lot in here. I have a scarf in there. But you could put your phone, your sunglasses, any makeup. And really, it's just adorable. And it comes with this crossbody bag strap. Very cute. And I just wanted to show it to you. This is the third one I've made. I made two others. I've shown them in the past on my channel, but I'll show them again now. This one is so classic with the colors. I love the ivory and the caramel. How elegant is that? This is the exact same design with the strap. And of course, I have these silicone covers. What I do is I keep these on my bags when I'm storing them, when I'm not using them. And of course, when I'm ready to go out, they come off so quickly. All right. And I just stick them in the bag here, so I have them when I return. And look how elegant that is. Exactly the same design, but with the two colors, it gives it such a different look. And I also made, this was my very first one, this kind of a mustard yellow. Looks great with denim jeans. And I had this scarf with it. I think it's beautiful. I made this, I think, around Christmas time. Again, with the silicone protectors. I keep them on there when I'm not using the bags. So I just wanted to show you Babylon leather. These bags are beginner friendly and they come together really quick. So if anybody wants to try a Babylon leather bag, I would start with this. You won't regret it. If you want to, try it out. They're cute, they're easy. And I have a coupon code SOLOVELY10 and a link in the description box below. And now for subscriber creations. This is a segment of my video where I highlight your creations, my subscribers who are so talented in this sewing community. And this week I have one subscriber send in me 3 makes. Cindy Winkler. She's a longtime supporter of my channel. She's multi-talented and I'm blown away at her creations. This first make is an overall dress made from this adorable dog fabric with all these dogs, and it says woof woof, ruff ruff. How cute. Bow wow. It's so adorable. The next make, and I wrote some notes here, is an Edwardian style dress for Jane Austen Fair in May that she's going to. She experimented with pin tucks, lace, and ribbon all in the same dress. Beautiful. I can't believe how much talent she has. Cindy is so talented. And the last but not least is a quilted jacket, a rosebud quilted jacket made from Ruby Star Society fabrics that she has here. And look at this adorable label in the jacket, made by moi. Thank you, Cindy, for sending in your creations. You are so talented. And please, if you're interested in sending me some photos, I would love to highlight them on my channel. Send them to my email, solovely.with grace@gmail.com. And now for subscriber mail. I got some gifts in the mail. Well, this first one is from a subscriber, Terry Enos. Her and I communicate regularly. And I did a list from my last video, recorded video, a list of sources of fabric. And you guys all sent me your sources. Well, she sent me in her sources. And it's a huge list that she got from Tomcat Stitchery, online fabric and notions sources. Look at this list. It goes on for, I don't know, 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is Australia, Canada, United Kingdom. 4 or 5 pages here. Thank you, Terry. But this is a good resource, or you could find it at Tomcat Stitchery. Yeah, she has a link here. Tomcat Stitchery resources. See the link below. I'll include that in my description box. Thank you, Terry, for thinking of me and for thinking of everybody in the sewing community. And last but not least, I got patterns from my girl, Kesha the Stylist. When she goes thrifting, she always thinks of me. And she was so generous to send me, look at this vintage pattern. What? Stretch and sew, and it's a blazer. Wonderful. Look at that. She sent me this. It's used, but the pattern is intact. And I guess they traced the pattern, which is nice, but it's intact. So if I want to cut it out, I can. This is amazing. I don't know how old this is. I didn't even look. 1967. This is a treasure. 1967 pattern. Wow. Thank you, Kesha. She also sent me this Simplicity 7107 two-piece set. This jacket and skirt. Here are the line drawings. Now this one is uncut also. Wonderful. Looks like they traced it also. So that's nice. I love it. And the last pattern she gave me was this Simplicity 7154. All these tops and looks like shorts and pants. Very, very useful. It says easy on here. There are the line drawings, very tiny line drawings right there. This looks like it was cut into, but not all the pieces. So thanks again, Kesha. Wow, you're so generous. I really appreciate it. And now for today's So Lovely tip. Let's go to the ironing board. Now, pressing your pattern pieces is so critical to get an accurate cut of the fabric. I do it every time. I just have the iron on and no steam, and I just gently glide it over the crease lines of the pattern, and I get as much of the wrinkles out of it as I possibly can, and then you will get a more accurate size when you go to cut your fabric. But this is a tip I highly recommend you do every time, especially garments. Oh, that's my iron. So yeah, that's today's So Lovely tip. And last but not least, next week's giveaway pattern. New Look 6759. This unisex hoodie and sweatshirt pattern. The sizes are from small through XX large. It's an easy, just for knits pattern. Here are the line drawings. So you have the sweatshirt with the crew neck, and then you have the hoodie with the twill tape ties. Looks like it's going to need grommets. And let's see, the suggested fabrics: moderate stretch knits, such as sweatshirt fleece, French terry, and cotton knits. Notions are twill tape and 2 metal grommets. So yeah, this looks like a really good pattern. And what are the rules of the giveaway? You need to be a resident of US or Canada, because that's where I ship to. You need to be a subscriber to my channel. Please thumbs up this video and answer the question of the week. And this week's question is, do you mend or alter garments for others? Not sew, not create, but mend or alter, alterations. Please post your response by Monday, March 9th at midnight, and I will respond with the word entered, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. Good luck! Well, I hope you found this video informative and fun, and most of all, I hope you were so inspired.